We're headed up to Idaho to go see the eclipse, and this is what we're going to be riding in. Ready? It's Eclipse Day.
The sun's up.
The sun's up.
Play one.
See?
The sun.
Sun. It's up there.
Yes, it's very bright, I think. It's not very bright, really, but you know. Hello, Tanner's YouTube.
So, today's video is about how to wear eclipse glasses stylishly. So stylish, right? Oh yeah, I hope that I'm actually filming this right because I can't see anything. That's the whole reason you're watching me in the eclipse, is you want to know how to wear these and look as awesome as Jay does. Obviously. Obviously. Okay, so it's about 10 to 10, so we're a good like hour and a half out. Camping so far has been awesome. We've got our whole little setup here. This is ours. Family. There's a bunch of people over here that we don't know who they are, but that's fine, because whatever, right? This is absolutely incredible. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is incredible.
That is so
Look,
cool.
you don't need your glasses anymore.
Look up at the
You
sun.
can look at the sun.
Look at that.
Look at it. Looks like a sunset over there, you guys. Oh, look. Okay, it's starting to
Diamond ring, okay.
All right.
Glasses back on.
Back on. Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so we've been back for a couple of days. Hold on, the light in here is really weird. Wait. Okay, that's a little better, right? Right? But now I gotta get my angle. You guys, this YouTube thing is not easy. First world problems. Oh no, I have to change the angle on my camera there. Okay, good enough. Anyway, so we got back from the eclipse a couple of days ago, and it was incredible. I know that it seems like one of those things where everybody hypes it up and it's like overhyped and can't really live up to that, and it absolutely did. It absolutely like totally went above and beyond the hype, and it was one of those things where, I don't know, you just realize that the predictability of nature, I mean, because like you think about like the seasons and the fact that they happen when they're supposed to happen, and the sun goes up in the morning and it goes down in the evening, and for the most part our experience with nature is very, very predictable. And yes, an eclipse is obviously predictable because of math and all these other things, but it's also not something that is regularly reoccurring. And so to experience something that feels like an anomaly in nature is a reminder of just how not omnipotent we as people actually are, and the fact that not everything that happens outside of a regular routine happens because of us, but it happens also in nature as well. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyway, it was awesome. If you have a chance to go see one of those in your life, like the totality component of it, go make sure you do that. Do you guys use candles? This one's about out, and to be honest, so I picked this one up just from like Target, and it smells good, but it doesn't smell super strong. Anyway, if you guys use like candles in your home or in your office and you've got a recommendation, I need to go get something new, and I'm totally a noob in this area, and so any recommendations on what to go pick up, leave me a comment below, let me know. Okay, so let's talk about last week's question, which was this idea of aesthetic pedanticism. And just to recap, pedanticism, or being pedantic, is when you typically use your language or just like your knowledge of facts as a way to demonstrate how smart you are. And you guys left a lot of really good comments about the idea of like, you can go too far, but it's not necessarily bad to demonstrate your usage of style or anything else. And I think that within the same kind of like conceptual components, pedanticism with your intelligence and pedanticism with your aesthetic intelligence are on the same playing field, because there's nothing wrong with being smart. I am not arguing that there's anything wrong with being smart. Otherwise, you guys would be screwed. I would be screwed. I know that this is a channel that attracts intelligent men, and we would all be screwed if there was something wrong morally with being intelligent. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's when we assert our superiority via our intelligence, and we only use that intelligence as a way to make ourselves feel better. It's when that intelligence becomes self-serving, or not even just like self-serving, because there's nothing wrong with using your intelligence to accomplish your own goals, but I guess maybe masturbatory? Like it's just, well, I want to feel good, and so I do smart things because it makes me feel good, especially when it's used in a comparative component of, not that I like the sense of accomplishment, but I like the rest of you guys suck at this, and so it's going to make me feel even better. One of you guys brought up one of the characters from the movie Midnight in Paris, which is a good one. It's kind of hard for me to sit through that just because of how awful almost every single one of the characters like in the modern time is, but I think that that was obviously very much on purpose, and there's one character in there who is historically pedantic, and it's obnoxious. It's obnoxious, and being that way with your style or with anything else, I think, can be a problem. And so again, knowing style and knowing style rules, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a good thing, but it's only when you are beholden to those rules, when adhering to those rules kind of supersedes the goal. I guess it's the difference between like the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. If you're so focused on the letter of the law that you can't focus on the spirit of the law, or that tactics versus objectives, or whatever other comparison we want to use, and that's where you get in trouble. And then B2 is if you're using it as solely just to make other people around you feel like they are less than you. I don't see anything noble in that. I don't see anything glorified about that, and that takes away a lot of the dignity and a lot of the culture out of dressing well. And so if you dress well as a way to make others feel worse, then I think that that's where pedanticism comes in. Now, from a moral perspective, I think that that's wrong. From a function perspective, yeah, you could argue that there are times when you should be dressing in a way that is designed to make other people feel worse. And I would be curious to hear what you guys have to say about that. When there's a time when I guess tactically it's appropriate, or maybe it's even morally ambiguous, as opposed to always just being morally wrong, because you shouldn't be intentionally making others feel worse about themselves. Okay, and then that brings me up into the question that I want to ask you guys for next week. And that is, as some of you guys know, I have spent some time within the fitness world. By no means do I look like I lift, so thank you for those comments. I'll just preempt you on those right there. But as you spend more and more time in the fitness community, you end up coming across this idea of body dysmorphia, where one of the things that it's most associated with is like anorexics and bulimics, people with eating disorders, where they see themselves as fat, where anybody with any objective view can definitely see these people as not fat at all. And that's the way a lot of bodybuilders get, where it's like, oh, my calves are too small, or oh, my traps are too whatever. And it becomes this kind of dysmorphia where you get obsessed with these fine details that only you notice, and they start to negatively impact, like the return on the investment in improving on those things. It's just not there anymore, and it really does start to like mentally mess with you as far as your own ability to just enjoy the progress that you've made, enjoy the level of mastery that you've achieved, and then continue to build upon that. And so my question for you guys is, where and how do we see style dysmorphia? Does it exist kind of the same way that we see body dysmorphia within the fitness or the bodybuilding communities? Have you been guilty of that, or do you know of other people, friends, or maybe even like you've seen people on forums or online or anywhere else that you're just like, it really does not matter, dude, like that's such a small minute detail? And if you're experiencing this, or if you have experienced this, how do you get out of, or how have you gotten out of this overt concern that becomes the point of style dysmorphia? So leave a comment below. I want to hear what you guys have to say about that. That's pretty much it for the day. I'm also realizing, as I'm kind of like seeing myself in the screen, I need to do something with this wall. And any suggestions, let me know on those. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.